Meanwhile, the housing market taking a beating in 2023 with low sales volume, high prices, and tight inventories. But a new report out today highlights the best markets for first-time buyers in 2024. For more on that report, we're talking to one of its authors, Realtor.com Chief Economist Danielle Hale. Danielle, it is good to see you. So you all surveyed potential first-time home buyers, Danielle. What do they have to tell you as we head into 2024? Are they feeling more optimistic?
Absolutely. So first-time homebuyers told us that they were, in fact, very optimistic. 61% said that now is a good time to buy a home per our recent Realtor.com survey. And while affordability continues to be a challenge, even though we've seen some improvement as mortgage rates have come down, 95% of prospective first-time homebuyers feel like they'll be able to afford a home within their lifetime. 40% saying they're going to be able to afford it within the next year. So first-time homebuyers are bringing a lot of optimism to the market in 2024.
Hey, Danielle, it's Julie here. How should people think about the sort of up and down that we've been seeing in mortgage rates, right? Like, yes, I know the longer trend is a little bit down, but there's some volatility there. So how are homebuyers approaching that?
Yeah, the volatility can make it really difficult for homebuyers to plan to purchase because it's really hard to set a budget when mortgage rates are moving up and moving down. So my recommendation or advice to consumers is to really try to rate proof your budget and consider a couple of different scenarios. These can have pretty wide ranging effects on your budget. If you were to compare, say, October's high of 7.79% mortgage rates with the low that we saw at the end of December, you're looking at an $80 a month difference for every $100,000 that's borrowed. So it's worth it for homebuyers to consider how much swings in mortgage rates will impact their bottom line and how aggressive they want to set their price target when they're searching for a home. Can they extend their budget a little bit if mortgage rates tick up more than they expected? Or do they need to cut back on their price target so they have some flexibility if mortgage rates do move higher?
And Danielle, when you surveyed potential first-time home buyers about that issue of affordability, what do they have to tell you?
Yeah, so buyers are optimistic about their ability to afford to purchase a home. And the drop in mortgage rates is no doubt fueling that optimism. So they do expect to be able to afford to buy a home within the next year. And so that's one of the reasons why in our best markets for first-time home buyers report, we looked at areas that offer housing affordability. We took a look at the price to income ratio, especially for younger households, which tend to be first-time home buyers, as a good indicator of affordability in an area. But then we were also looking at things like the availability of homes on the market, the presence of restaurants and nightlife and culture activities that young people like to take advantage of. And of course, with return to work being a phenomenon, we took a look at commute times because nobody wants to spend forever trying to get to the office.
The first city on your list, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Danielle. I know that it's somewhere near Rochester, but it's interesting. It's definitely a lot of places I've never heard of.
Yeah, Irondequoit, New York is in the Rochester metro area. Yes, absolutely. And this report, we took a look at cities and towns within the metro area. So we could identify an entire metro area, but it's often more helpful to locate those pockets of affordability within a broader metro area because we know young people are everywhere, first timers are everywhere. And so we're trying to look for those little hidden gems of opportunity and surfaces for first time buyers. In addition to Irondequoit, we've got lots of other little towns and cities in the Northeast, but also you'll see areas in the South and the Midwest on the list.
What about, Danielle, Benton, Arkansas? Talk to me about that one, because as I was reading through your list, it looks like that one took the gold.
Benton is in the Little Rock metro area, so it's in an area that people have probably heard of. It offers a lot for buyers: affordability, decent commute times, good things to do in the area. And for shoppers that are in the area or looking for a place to consider, it's not a bad one on the list. But it's not ranked top. Irondequoit, New York is the top on our list.
And what kind of sort of predictive power does this list kind of have? In other words, like, is this sort of tell us what maybe some next hotspots are going to be?
Yeah, I would say it's prescriptive, maybe more than predictive, but it helps shoppers who are thinking about buying a home and maybe they're not tied to a particular area, here are some good pockets of opportunity that you can consider that have the types of things that young people are likely looking for when they're buying a home. I should have mentioned one of the criteria we consider is the share of young homeowners in a market. So this is a way for us to surface not only areas that have a lot of young people, but also areas where young people are having success in the housing market and able to become homeowners. So I think for people who are trying to figure out, the market seems really challenging or impossible, where is a good place for me to break in? That's what this list is designed to uncover.
And Danielle, when you were making up this list and you're kind of plugging in different variables, right, different criteria, how about taxes? Did that factor in as well?
We didn't factor taxes in, but we are looking at lots of different factors. The price to income ratio is an important one to identify affordability, and trying to take a pretty decent holistic picture view of what's going to help buyers make a good decision in the housing market.